This call is being recorded.
Hi, everyone. This is Renee Rentmeester. I'm the creator and executive producer of the Cooking Without Looking TV show. Everyone on the show is blind or visually impaired, and our mission is to change the way people see blindness. Today, we have Wayne Dawkins here. Wayne, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah, I am Wayne Dawkins, and I'm a contractor, and I'm a CEO, founder of Jarise, and the president. So what I do, I work with AmeriCorps here, doing construction with AMI kids. So
Now,
that's what I do.
a couple of years ago, you went blind.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So what was your life before that?
My life before that was a carpenter, contractor in Jamaica. So losing my sight in Jamaica, I was on a job, was doing renovating a house. So I was renovating a three-bedroom house when I lose my sight. And I was there just working normally, and it's like, I don't know what happened that day, but I was doing some kitchen cupboard, and after setting down a sheet of ply to cut some shelving out of that sheet of ply, I mark 4 lines on the sheet of ply to cut. So when I cut the two first lines, then I've realized that my sight dim, and I was like, what happened? So I take the glasses off. When I take the glasses off and I go by the window, it still showed dim, like cloudy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know what happened. So I tell the guys that I think I need to stop working and pack the tools up because something goes wrong. I don't know what it is. So I gather up the tools and pack up and close up the house and get in the car and leave and go to the doctor. Go straight to the doctor. I go straight to the doctor and I tell the doctor what happened, and then say I have to do a X-ray. So when I do the X-ray and all of that, so that's when I get the result. The day after, I heard that I get a minor strokes in the back of the eye. So it caused the bleeding and then the retina damage and all of that. So I think more or less it was from some stress from when my father died. So I was going through a lot at that time. So
Sure.
I figured that's what caused that to happen. And I had to have glaucoma, so, and that again, so that's what really happened. It was 6 years ago. Yeah, 6 years ago.
Wow. So how did your life change after that, Dwayne?
After that, now, I started to say, what am I going to do now without sight? So I try to see if we could get my sight back. So I do a couple of surgery, but it doesn't work out because the first surgery I do stem cell. It didn't work out, So, and then I do a lot of another eye surgery, and it still didn't work out. So I said, well, I have to move on with my life. So I was sitting down one day and asking God, what next? What can I do? And I remember having a roll or wire in my hand that day and asking God. And what come to me that day is I started to do sculpture work and I started to do that from that. So that is something that I gained from what I never do before in my life. And I use like recycled materials and reclaimed wood and anything that could recycle. So I start to do that and have my own company now that I call Eyes of the Fingertips. So that's
Eyes of the Fingertips?
yeah, Eyes of the Fingertips.
That's a great name. How did you think of that?
Well, I think of that as my eyes is in my fingers now, so I come up with that name. So I say instead of talking about my eyes in my head, my eyes is in my fingertips. So cause it's my fingers, I start to do all my work from. So that's what I start to do. Everything I start to do is just by hand. It's by hand, by touching, by feeling, by knowing stuff by my hand. So and
And
using the experience that I have over the years, so I just put everything together and just come up with that name, Eyes of a Fingertip.
and what do
Mhm.
you do now? You're still a carpenter, right?
Yeah, I'm still a carpenter and I'm a mentor and I work with a lot of kids that is probation that is on probation from juvenile justice. So
So you're
that's
working with
what I
kids who are on probation?
yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Uh,
What do you have them do?
I have them do carpentry same way, and I will talk to them one on one, see what they're going through, and tell them my situation and see if it can help them change them to be a better person. So that's what I do.
What kind of
Mm.
success stories have you had?
The success story that I have is when kids come and see what I do and they will say, "Oh, oh, you do it without seeing," and it just amazes them, and they will try and see if they can do what I do without looking. And so I remember taking a glasses with a duct tape the glasses and ask the kids, which one of your kids want to be like me, want to do like me? And, you know, out of 12 kids, it's only 2 kids who will volunteer and say, oh, yes, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it. So I have a lot of kids who say it and they will tell me, say, oh, I'm a role model for them and things that I do, it inspire them. So, you know.
Have you turned their lives around? Have you helped them to turn their lives around?
Yes, yes, because they look at they come just because they'll come to school just because to be with me, and some of them will come and always try to how was it today? How was it today, Mr. Owen? And it's a joy.
Oh, that's wonderful. How did you get the idea to use the kids who are out on probation?
Well, that's something that I started volunteer with the school before I started to work there. because it was like before working there, they would say it was a liability before giving me a job there. So I did have to volunteer. The volunteer shows them what I can do, and then they say, okay, they want me to be an instructor, so and a mentor. So I just go through AmeriCorps and as a mentor and teacher. So that's how I get the job there and start to
Tell
work
us
with
a
these
little bit
kids.
about the AmeriCorps program.
The AmeriCorps program is a volunteer. It's a government volunteer program that they they volunteer all around Miami, all over the United States, I should say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. It's sort of like the other volunteer organization that's international, isn't it?
yeah, it is. Yeah, yes, it is.
And it's in a lot of urban areas where they need help and you know, and understanding and everything. What do you say to people when they have a hard time understanding that you are a totally blind carpenter?
Well, what I try to let them know that say, you see, so long as if you're doing something, if you're doing something from birth, and if you learn something when you leave high school and you continue doing it, and you're good at it, and you have a passion for it, and you love it, and you don't want to let it go, you want to just keep that. Losing my sight, that's what it takes. Take me there. Spiritually, it take me there. So I'm like, whatever I know, I don't want to lose it. I want to grasp it more. And back home we will say, when you know something like your hand back, you can't forget it. You can't forget about it. So so knowing that knowing that I just try to do it a way that I understand more without looking. So whatever I'm doing, I'm focused.
Well, that's amazing. That would be something that's even hard for me to understand. But you have placement, like you say, you stay focused, and the placement of your hands, and you use power tools, right?
Yeah. So using even to use the power tool is just always remember. I remember the shape of the tool, the danger of the tool. That's the first thing. I remember the danger of the tool, and doing it over 20 odd years, I think I grasped it long enough. I never hurt myself before. So now without sight, I'm more careful. So it's like planting a seed and watching it grow, and then have to know, well, oh, if I plant a seed, no, I'm not gonna see how it grow, but I know what what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to look, just like a flower's blooming. I will sit and think about how do a flowers look when it's blooming, when I used to see, but now I can see what it will look like and try to figure out if I can think that deep, what it looks like. Because just looking at a black sheet of paper, writing with a black writing with a black pen, can you see what you write with black? With black.
Wow, that's amazing. That's the most interesting way I've heard blindness described. Do you ever, since you remember how things look, do you ever feel bad that you can't see them?
No, because for me, I think looking at, I would say looking at a person, I know what a person look like. what about the person who never see someone and know what a person look like? They only can imagine,
Mm-hmm.
just imagine. But when someone you know what a person look like, and a person who never see someone before, yeah, that's how deep I can look at blindness. But for me, started to realize what blindness is. It is so spiritual that you have to wonder what a person think of you not seeing, knowing what something look like, never see it before, but seen it before. It is just totally different from someone who never see it before.
Yes,
Because if I said the color yellow, to someone who is blind, never see a color yellow before, do you know what yellow looks like? They could have never tell me what yellow looks like. They only could explain and say, "Oh, if you remember how the sun look, or the egg yolk look, or something that you can describe as yellow, that everyone will know what yellow is like. It's just like red. It will explain to them like, so red is like, when you get a cut, you see that blood and that's red. But a person who never see red before, they only can explain what red is like. They can't tell you what red is like.
that is always an interesting discussion among people who are blind, because there is a difference. How do you describe the color of the sky if a person has never seen blue?
Before, yeah. So it is just like imagination. It's just like imagination, because for me, knowing that I know the colors, I don't know what colors are like, but
Mm-hmm.
to put colors together and change it in another color, what color bring another color, it would be hard for a person who never see a color before to explain and tell you what that color is like.
Now, I wanted to ask you, because I heard through the grapevine that you're an amazing cook. Do you have any recipes or tips you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, well, I have a recipe that I would like to, cause Jamaican, we specialize in a special recipe that do on a Sunday. When we cook like rice and peas, we will have rice and peas and chicken, and we'll have a vegetable beside,
Yeah.
side. So yeah, and brown stewed chicken, So yeah.
Well, do you have any tips for people who want to make Jamaican food?
Well, if you want the as I say, Jamaican food is like what's said now. We will use a pint of peas, and we will use like 3 cup of rice, so 3 cup of water, 3 teacups water. And we will use like a little ounce of salt, and we will have scallion. We will cut that scallion up like a stalk of scallion, and we will have coconut milk, and then we have thyme, and, and we will put a little scotch bonnet pepper, a whole of scotch bonnet pepper, and then we
Wow.
leave that to cook down, and then we will wash the rice and put the rice in. So that's how we will do the rice and peas. But we'll do
Well,
the peas first. We cook down the peas first, So we cook down the peas in the coconut milk, the water, and then we season up that pot with the scallion and the thyme and the Scotch bonnet pepper, and we leave that to cook. And as the peas cook, we wash the rice and then we'll put the rice to it. And then we got the rice and peas. So we would cook the rice and peas cook the rice and peas like for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, as long as we got the peas cooked. Because I know there's a lot of people don't cook rice and peas as Jamaican cook rice and peas. They cook the peas separate from the rice and peas, but we cook the peas and the rice together.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that just sounds amazing.
It's a nice flavor.
Yes, yes. Well, that sounds amazing. Wayne, again, tell us the name of your organization and the website for your organization.
The organization is Jarise, and the website is jarise.org.
Could you spell that out for us?
The Jaah for Ja, and Rise is RISE.
Okay, one more time.
.org.
Okay, and one more time, you want to try that?
JAH for Ja, and then we have RISE for Rise. .org.
Great. And if someone has some carpentry work they want done, how do they contact you?
They can contact me by Wayne Dawkins 44 at Wayne Dawkins 44 at gmail.com.
Wayne Dawkins 44 at gmail.com.
.com, yeah.
Okay, great, Wayne. Thank you so much for being here today. We really enjoyed speaking with you and hearing about your carpentry and how you've done all of these things and your peas and rice. This is Renee Rentmeester, Cooking Without Looking, the podcast, Changing the Way We See Blindness. Our website is www.cookingwithoutlookingtv.wordpress.com. Thank you, Wayne. Have a great afternoon.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.